Fulful the rabbit twitched his nose, sensing something unusual in the air. His whiskers quivered with anticipation. He heard whispers on the wind, faint and mysterious, like a secret being shared just for him. They spoke of a magical cave, hidden deep within the forest, a place of wonder and mystery. It was at the very edge of the forest where the trees grew thick and the shadows danced. The whispers said a great treasure lay inside, a treasure that could change the fate of anyone who found it.
I love adventures, Fulful exclaimed, his eyes sparkling with excitement. I'm going to find this cave and its treasure, he declared with determination.
Fulful was brave and his heart was set on this new quest. He packed a bag with carrots and berries, enough to keep him nourished on his journey. He put on his lucky hat, a hat that had seen many adventures. It was a little red hat with a feather, a symbol of his adventurous spirit. Fulful set off towards the edge of the forest, his heart pounding with excitement and a hint of nervousness. He hopped over streams and under fallen logs, navigating the forest with ease. He was excited to see what he would find, every step bringing him closer to the unknown. The forest grew darker as Fulful went further, the light fading and the air growing cooler. The trees were taller here, their branches forming a canopy that blocked out the sun. The shadows were longer, stretching like fingers across the forest floor. Still, Fulful was not scared. His bravery was unwavering, his spirit unbroken. He knew a true adventurer is brave even when things seem scary, and he was determined to prove himself. He kept going, his nose twitching, listening for clues, every sound and scent guiding him closer to his goal. Fulful wasn't alone for long. Lutif, a wise old turtle, saw him hurrying by. The forest was dense and full of mysteries, but Lutif's keen eyes never missed a thing.
Where are you off to in such a rush, Fulful? The forest is vast and full of wonders, but you seem particularly determined today.
Lutif asked, his head poking out of his shell. Fulful stopped, glad to see his friend. The rabbit's heart was racing, but seeing Lutif brought a sense of calm.
I'm going to find the magical cave. They say it's full of treasure. Imagine the wonders we could find there, Lutif.
Lutif smiled, his eyes twinkling with curiosity and wisdom. He had heard tales of the magical cave, but never ventured to find it himself.
An adventure, you say? Adventures are always better with a friend. Besides, who knows what we might discover together?
And so Lutif joined Fulful. The rabbit hopped, and the turtle slowly but surely followed. Their steps, though different in pace, harmonized in purpose. They journeyed deeper into the forest together. It was good to have company. The trees seemed to whisper secrets, and the path ahead felt less daunting. They talked and laughed as they walked. The forest didn't seem so dark or scary anymore. Every rustle of leaves and chirp of birds became part of their shared adventure.
What will you do with the treasure, Fulful? Have you thought about the possibilities it holds?
Lutif asked. Fulful thought for a moment. The idea of treasure had always been exciting, but now, with Lutif by his side, it felt even more meaningful.
I haven't thought about that. It'll be a surprise. Maybe we'll find something that changes our lives forever.
Sometimes the greatest treasures are the ones we never expect. The journey itself can be the most rewarding part.
Lutif nodded wisely. He knew that the true value of their adventure lay not just in the treasure they sought, but in the bond they were strengthening with each step they took together. Their path was not easy. The dense forest was filled with obstacles, making every step a challenge. The thick underbrush and tangled vines seemed to conspire against them, slowing their progress and testing their resolve. They soon realized someone else knew about the cave. The signs were subtle at first, a broken branch here, a disturbed patch of ground there, but it became increasingly clear that they were not alone in their quest. Someone was trying to stop them from reaching it. A shadowy figure lurked in the distance, always just out of sight, setting traps and obstacles to thwart their progress. There were traps hidden along the path, each one more devious than the last, designed to catch the unwary and the unprepared. First, there was a pitfall cleverly covered with leaves. It was a classic trap, simple yet effective, and it would have caught them if not for their vigilance. But Fulful, with his sharp eyes, noticed the ground was uneven. His keen senses had saved them more than once, and this time was no different.
Lutif, watch out! The ground looks strange here. His voice was urgent, filled with the tension of the moment.
He warned Lutif, and they carefully went around it. Their teamwork and trust in each other were crucial in navigating the treacherous path. Then they came across a net hanging from a tree. It was a cunning trap designed to ensnare anyone who walked beneath it. It was meant to catch unsuspecting travelers. The net was nearly invisible, blending seamlessly with the foliage above. Lutif, being close to the ground, spotted the net's shadow. His sharp eyes caught the faint outline, saving them from another peril.
Fulful, stop, there's a net above us. His warning was timely, preventing a disaster.
He yelled for Fulful to stop just in time. The net swayed slightly, a silent testament to the danger they had narrowly avoided. The fox, who had set the traps, peeked from behind a tree. His eyes gleamed with frustration and cunning. He was angry his plans were failing. Each thwarted trap was a blow to his pride and his plans. He wanted the treasure for himself. The lure of the hidden riches drove him to desperate measures.
I won't let them get to the cave before me. His determination was fierce, a burning desire to claim the treasure.
He grumbled. His frustration was palpable, a simmering anger at being outwitted at every turn.